I made some more of these super easy fabric baskets this morning. I made all 3 of these in less than an hour. Let's make them together. I'll give you the step-by-step. These are great for just holding things like your spare cords that lay around for your iPhone and iPad and all that stuff. Maybe your keys by the door. I used one of these for my binding clips for sewing, and these 3 I'm actually using in my daughter's bathroom. I have like bows and clips in them to keep them all organized in these cute little baskets. This project is extremely beginner friendly and comes together really quick. So you'll just need 4 10-inch squares of your fabric. You can do 2 of the same fabric and 2 of another fabric for a less mismatched look and a more uniform look, like all the same fabric on the outside versus inside. I did 4 different fabrics to give it a more scrappy look. And then you will also need 2 10-inch squares of medium weight interfacing. This I actually just found on Amazon. You can use whatever, even fleece interfacing would be just fine. And Morty, my cat, would not leave me alone this morning, so there he is. Follow the package instructions on your interfacing and apply it to 2 of the pieces of fabric. You'll just want to make sure that you apply them to the 2 pieces you either want on the inside or the outside. It does not matter. Just know that these 2 pieces of fabric will be together. These little baskets are actually reversible, so the inside versus outside does not matter which piece you put the interfacing on. Once you have applied the interfacing to just 2 pieces of the fabric, we're going to cut out 2.5-inch squares from the bottom 2 corners of all 4 pieces. If you're using directional fabric, you will want to make sure that you cut the squares out from the bottom. If not, just pick 2 corners that are next to each other. I even peel off the interfacing from that square I cut out, and then I can reuse these 2.5-inch squares for another project. I hate wasting fabric, so I save whatever I can usually. And a 2.5-inch square, I believe, is the same size as a charm pack. So if you're using like a layer cake and then you cut out all these 2.5-inch squares and save them, it's like you have your own matching charm pack. So once we have all 4 of these with the corners cut out, we're going to fold over the top edge here by about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Doesn't really matter as long as all 4 pieces are folded over the same length. You will want to take these to your iron and give that fold a really, really good press, because in the next step, we're actually going to unfold the fold, and we want to make sure we can keep that line so that we can fold it back over later, if that makes sense. Now that we have pressed over that fold on all 4 pieces, we are going to put the 2 pieces without interfacing right sides together and the 2 pieces with interfacing right sides together. We're going to unfold that fold at the top and go ahead and sew along both sides and the bottom, leaving that 2.5-inch square spot open and unsewn. Go ahead and sew those sides on both pieces. This is what it should look like after. You can see that spot in the corner is still open. So then we're going to press our seams open on the side and then refold over that fold. This part is a little bit hard to maneuver with your iron, especially if you have a big one like me, but as long as you just get that top where you're going to refold pressed open, it should make it easier to just fold that over on top again. So once we have that top folded back over, we're going to go ahead and open up these 2.5-inch square corners here, like so. I kind of tug at the sides and then match up your seams. What you're going to do here is sew along that line 1/4 inch to close it up. You'll do this on both sides for both pieces at the bottom. Here I'm just showing again how I match up the seams and open it up, and then again we're going to sew a line across there. So then when you're done doing that with both pieces, you should have these 2 inside out baskets. Now we're going to re-sew over that line on both pieces to put the bottoms together. So I kind of match them up like this, and you'll see you're going to sew the bottoms together along that line that we just did on both sides. You'll want to double check that the bottom pieces are together. I have sewn it on wrong before. So after you've sewn over that line again on both sides, it should look like this. There's even like a little gap going through the middle of the bottoms there where I'm putting my hand. That's good. That's how it's supposed to be. So now we're going to turn this right side out and we'll almost be done. So this part, you just pull the outside over the inside or vice versa. It doesn't matter because, like I said, these are reversible. One of the things I love about this pattern. Match up your seams, and then I did not show this in my video, but I did clip them along the top edge there all along to keep it together while I take it to my sewing machine. And then you will sew a line all along that top edge there. You can do 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. I prefer 1/8, but totally up to you. And after that, you'll have a finished basket. I also like to use 3.0 stitch length to make it a little larger stitches, and that's it. And then I fold over the edge as little or as much as you want, and you'll have a finished fabric basket. Please let me know if you try this pattern and what you think.